Hey guys, it's Ashley here with WatchMojo, and today we're going to be counting down our picks for the top 10 anime scenes that are probably illegal.
その間、鍵穴に目を近づけるのはいけないことでしょうか?
Yes, for this list, we're going to be looking at moments across anime that would most likely have resulted in the participants getting cuffed, charged, and jailed. And we won't be passing judgment alone. We've teamed with some of the awesome folks at Phase Connect, and are delighted to have 4 of their VTuber superstars join us for this video. And as always, if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know.
Ashelia Ringo, checking in.
Hello, it's your resident dumpster diving trash bear, Fujikura Uruka. Usually here to break your ears, but hopefully not today. Alright, let's get into it.
Yo, nice to meet you. Nice to meet me. It's Tenma Maimi. Now, let's see. What do we have here? Is that me? Pepper? Oh my god! Number 10. The Booze Up, Persona 4, the animation. Swapping up the Velvet Room for a nightclub, this scene proves that even with the threats of a serial killer, televisions that open portals to other worlds, and all the other craziness that the investigation team deal with, teenagers will always find a way to get drunk.
That's really good.
Sorry, we are not buying the bullshit. I don't buy the bullshit that they got drunk on soda. Who does that? Everyone here is wasted, red-faced, and one sip away from Persona feels dangerous.
You win! My innocence is yours! Now pucker up!
No! Get back!
That only comes from when you're knocking back sake. So you better be careful when you're doing things like that, okay? I'm so happy.
Dude! You can't hold all 3 of them at once!
Number 9. Kidnapping Tadano. Komi can't communicate. Komi's school may be filled with every archetypal weirdo known to man, but even then there are limits to what a student can get away with. Displaying stalker tendencies with just a hint of unfiltered yandere, Yamai goes all out to secure Komi for herself, which apparently includes snatching up, gagging, and storing Tadano in her closet. It's not funny, it's terrifying.
Tadano-kun は海と山どっちが好き？そう。じゃあ後で埋めてあげるね。
It's kind of staggering that Tadano's family didn't call the authorities, or at the very least sue Yamai's crazy ass back to the Stone Age. But hey, the power of friendship always wins out in the end, apparently.
これは古見さんのためなの。だってそうでしょ。
Number 8. Popping cherry right in his face. Skate the Infinity. Now, I'm not a skater, but I suspect that when participating in a skateboarding tournament, beating your opponent's face in with a board point blank isn't considered a sick trick, as it is gross bodily harm. Taking on his old frenemy Adam in an intense race, Cherry looks set to win.
3, 2, 1.
Though, when you have Siri for a skateboard, how could you not?
新入角11度。タイプロング推奨。
Alas, the cosplaying ninja has his dreams, and most of his facial bones, crushed when Adam decides to switch things up and use his own board as a weapon. Dude, this is Skate, not Berserk, what the hell?
Number 7. Using legendaries in a Pokemon League. Pokemon! What kind of cheating-ass power play is this? What made the higher-ups decide it was fine for some rando to use legendaries while everyone else is stuck twiddling their caterpies? That's like bringing a Death Star to a knife fight. Well, that's just what resident NPC Edgelord Tobias did.
Now, use Dark Pulse!
Draco, no!
Not only did he wipe through most of Ash's team with just a Darkrai, but then the cheeky bastard had the gall to bring out a Latios to secure him a win.
Let's go!
next? Soloing everyone with an Arceus?
Number 6. Attacking a disabled veteran. Naruto Shippuden. Sasuke, that's messed up. How heartless do you have to be to attack a once great warrior who, through time and tragedy, lost the use of his appendages?
あと少し。あとほんの少しで。
Bad enough that he was in constant agony thanks to getting the soul sucked out of his arms. Just go with it. But to then get an unexpected lightning bolt through the chest? Orochimaru deserves so much better. Where is your respect for our veterans? Even if he is a body-snatching, torturing snake fetishist, have some decorum, man.
ヘドが出る。
Number 5, spying on Lisa, JoJo's bizarre adventure. Taking a gander at a mature, beautiful woman while she's naked in the tub, completely unaware.
その間、鍵穴に目を近づけるのはいけないことでしょうか。
There's a reason why Joseph sired 2 Joestar bloodlines during his life. The man doesn't think so much with his head as he does with his purple hermit.
Nice!
After coming across Lisa bathing, Joseph decides it would be a great idea to get an eyeful of her goods through the keyhole, even though we now know that she's his biological mother. That's right, degeneracy is now a JoJo reference.
Number 4. Do you like my swimming? Golden boy. Granted, everywhere that Kintaro goes, he somehow always ends up getting into icky situations with every lady he comes across. Basically, he's the pioneer of every modern-day hentai protagonist.
So, how do you like my swimming?
However, if there's one example that really should have landed him in hot water, it would be the time he accidentally got a face full of crotch while competing in a swimming race. Apparently, ducking under or veering around, "Hey, you go!" wasn't an option. Nope, he went all in on her crotch like a torpedo.
Why are you spreading your legs so far? I'm burning up!
Number 3, beer in the belly to eternity. We all like to drink. I like to drink. Sometimes a little bit too much.
ここは体が重い
But getting your inside replaced by a literal distillery? Too far, man. Too far.
それは
高純度の酒じゃ。
While we are sure Kuku was thankful the Koki old man saved his life after he was nearly crushed by a log, to then use his bowels as foundation for storing fantasy moonshine? That's insane! What the heck? It's prohibition and abuse combined into one crazy, boozy package!
人間の腹で保管した酒がどうなるか前から知りたくてな。
People want to enjoy alcohol, not have it serve as a replacement for the intestines. Man, why are you wasting alcohol like that? Unbelievable.
Number 2. Everything Miku does. The Daten deities know only peace. This is a tricky one. Not because of the content itself. That's blatantly disgusting for all to see. It's just hard to discuss it on this platform without YouTube having an aneurysm and banning us permanently. Thanks, Susan. Simply put, Miku is a demon who was all about debauchery, seeking pleasure in whatever ways she can, training prisoners to work basically her day job.
あなたは恐れているわ。初めて快楽を感じるようになってからとても強く。
Finding joy in the memeing of her own comrades? A based kink that she regularly gets off on.
ただし、ブランディ以外はみんな負けちゃうかもね。いや、この様子だともうすでに負けてるかも。
Repopulating the demon race through some really questionable means. Yeah, it's easy to see how the Riona-pilled creator of this title went on to make interspecies reviewers.
超やりたい!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Sagiri probably shouldn't be drawing that. Ero Manga Sensei. Ah yes, the anime that nearly broke Australia. Guess that happens when your main character is so obviously in her preteens, and yet spends her days drawing erotic material for a living, whilst also building up affection towards her stepbrother.
ふむふむ、こういう構造なのか。
Ero manga is truly trashy at the best of times, and we like to think if Sagiri's parents were still alive, they would put a stop to their daughter illustrating such things.
そういうお前はエロ漫画先生なんだろ。
Then again, this is Ero manga. We wouldn't be shocked if they decided posting such images was a viable career path.
色をつけるとこんな感じ。こっちは髪型違うバージョン。
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.